Ladies and gentlemen, what is William Ruto's game plan against Raila Odinga's planned demonstrations on Monday? That is the question which most Kenyans are currently asking. Because clearly, William Ruto has some game plan, but he's still keeping them under the table. What we know so far is that number one, Rigathi Gachagua yesterday addressed Kikuyu vernacular radio stations. Clearly, the objective was about the Monday national holiday. Number two, Kimani Ichung'wah, Dennis Itumbi, and the rest have been giving some kind of a narrative that the Monday demonstrations are targeting the Kikuyu business in Nairobi. Again, that's their strategy. The other thing which is coming out clearly is that these guys are also issuing now a new narrative that if Raila Odinga will go to State House, then they will also go to Raila Odinga's home in Karen. That's also something which is coming out. I heard the Mogoti member of parliament, Kiborek Ruben, talk about it. Kimani Ichung'wah has tweeted about it, and they're also tweeting about it. And again, something is also very clear, that Mike Sonko is also being drawn into the picture. And Mike Sonko is actually the basis of this analysis. The role is going to play and why William Ruto is clearly using it. And the other thing which is also coming out is the emergence of the Nairobi business community. The other day they issued a statement. So which means from the background, William Ruto is doing something. And what is his real game plan? Maybe we could look into that in another video. For now, I want us to look at something which Kalonzo Musyoka leaked yesterday. William Ruto using Mike Sonko to cause chaos during the protest. Listening to Kalonzo Musyoka.
Sio kawaida mimi sio kawaida kuongea bila kujua. Katika mpangilio huo wa kutisha wananchi, wanatumia kijana yangu. Ni kijana yangu anaitwa Governor Sonko, aliyekuwa gavana wa Nairobi. Wawache kutumia Governor Sonko na kumharibia jina, because anasema atatumia Sonko aje wasaidie. Mimi nitatuma jamii ya Wasonko. Sonko aende akae Mua Hills, angalie Kenya ikiundwa upya bila shida yoyote. Huyo ni kijana yetu. Kwa hivyo njama zote kama hiyo kutumia na kuharibia Sonko jina, alafu mumshike mumweke korokoroni, tumekataa. Kwa hivyo mimi tunawaalikeni even in Nakuru, you have a right to demonstrate wherever you are. Kama ufiki Nairobi, fanya kazi hapa Nakuru.
And of course, I've always opined here that in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. Everything in politics is normally well planned, well scripted, and executed to achieve certain political objectives. If you go to Mike Sonko's Facebook page, sorry, Facebook was disabled. Facebook took his Facebook page down. But if you look at his Twitter and you scroll, Mike Sonko is just talking about Azimio rallies, the demos. In fact, his last post on this was that my uncle, my friend, my elder, and Mukitombo, just like me, I have a lot of respect for you. When the former Kenya One wanted me to be taken to River Yala, you came to my rescue, but I can assure you, there's no one using me to cause mayhem. I believe in the rule of law, and there's no way I can go to Maua and watch you guys overthrow the constitution. So Mike Sonko, in a way, is responding to Kalonzo Musyoka's claim that Sonko is being used, and Kalonzo had advised him to just go and watch from Maua. And he's telling Kalonzo is not going to watch while the constitution is being overthrown. And if you go further to this Facebook page this Twitter handle of Sonko, he's just been constantly on these Azimio rallies, sharing videos of those young men and the rest, coming up with propagandas and the rest. And, it's very interesting. But I want us to do this critical analysis about William Ruto and why he's using Sonko, because clearly Sonko is being used by Ruto. Before we do that, in case you're watching this channel for the first time, I want you guys to take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, the channel cannot be where it is. Today is Friday. I'll be waiting at least, I know 2 or 3 guys, I'm waiting for your coffee. A few minutes from now, you know yourself. Now, let us get back to the main issue. Is William Ruto using Mike Sonko to thwart Raila Odinga's demos in Nairobi? The first question which you should ask yourself, why would Ruto use Mike Sonko? Then the second question should be, what strategy will he expect Sonko to use on these demonstrators? Let me answer the first question. Why is William Ruto using Sonko? Number one, Mike Sonko is experienced in terms of this kind of assignments. In 2017, after the election, Raila Odinga, I think it was NASA at that time, organized series of mass protests across the country, and they became too much. At one point, there was a major demonstration which was called at Jacaranda, if you remember. When they woke up, Mike Sonko, who had been sworn in as the governor at that time, went to Jacaranda and filled it with human waste. In fact, majority of ODM supporters are yet to forgive Sonko for doing that. When he had problems with the government, that was the only thing they used to remind him. Then again, at some point, Jubilee government at that time wanted to portray Azimio rallies as violent. So they reached out to Sonko, who was the governor, and the deep state. And Sonko himself explained it. Just listen to Sonko so that you can understand that Sonko is experienced.
Sahi tumeona deep state na system wameanza kuchoma magari, isemekane ni mahasla wanachoma magari. Mimi nataka kutoboa niseme hivi. 2017 wakati kulikuwa na maandamano ya ODM, mimi na Kibicho na deep state wale wengine na system tuliwenda kuprint t-shirts za ODM, tukanunua magari second hand kwa mashowroom, tukazichoma huko Ngong Road, ionekane ni ODM, kumbe ni deep state na system. Muache kuharibia Hustler Nation.
The second reason why Ruto is using Sonko is Mike Sonko's influence in Nairobi. If you paid close attention to the speech by Kalonzo was like, Sonko, weenda nyumbani. Then in Sonko's response, there's no way I'm going to go there when you guys are going to cause chaos. So which means Sonko is going to stay in Nairobi. Sonko, as a former governor for Nairobi, as a senator for Nairobi, has a proper understanding of the politics of Nairobi. In fact, personally, I strongly believe if Sonko had not been locked out by the constitution after he was kicked out, then probably Sakaja would not be the governor today. Sonko would be the governor. Or Sonko or Sakaja, because I know he would have gone to Ruto, and Ruto would have engineered a deal between him and Sakaja. So Sakaja would still be the senator. But Sonko is experienced as far as Nairobi politics is concerned. Remember, he used to run fleets of matatus. I think he still runs them. He has those projects, several of them, which he was running in Nairobi. So because of that influence, he's the right guy for Ruto to use. Ruto is also using him because of the youth. Because of the youths. Sonko has very good relationship with the majority of Nairobi youths because he always intervenes. And lastly, Sonko has cases in court. And because he has cases in court, he would want favors from government. You might even realize that it's him who went to Ruto with this kind of proposals. But what strategy is Mike Sonko going to use to thwart Raila Odinga's rallies? That is the biggest question which everybody else is asking. For me, the strategy is going to use very simple strategy. The first strategy is to scare. You know, on today, Raila Odinga is in Kiambu. Tomorrow, I think he will be resting. Then on Monday, they will be landing in Nairobi. The first thing they will find is Sonko coming with a group of youths, or maybe trying to cause some fracases somewhere, just like what is happening in Homa Bay today. You know, Homa Bay today, I saw a group of youths trying to demonstrate in support of Kidero. So basically what they are doing, they are preempting. They are trying to scare people from going to the streets, but that's a story for another day. But I think Sonko is keen on creating that scare so that people will not actually come out to demonstrate. Whether it's going to succeed with that strategy, that one now I can't tell. So that's number two. Sonko and the group are also assigned there to create violence. You see, Raila Odinga and his team are keen on having a sit-in where the demonstrators will come and converge and sit in a place and just paralyze government. Sonko is telling him that's not going to happen. We want to cause chaos. And it's going to be simple. Have a few Nairobi business community with the help of the police and the intelligence, you know, the way the intelligence operate. They start bringing a few chaos here and there. The situation turns violent and they shall have achieved their objectives. Because as long as the demonstrations are peaceful, Kenya Kwanza will not have any propaganda against Raila Odinga. So with violence, then they'll have propaganda against Raila Odinga. That Raila Odinga is sabotaging the economy, that the demonstrators were targeting Kikuyu community businesses, and things like those. And lastly, propaganda. Sonko will also help this Ruto come up with a propaganda. A propaganda which will go straight into the hearts of the mountain. Basically, something which will emotionally rally the mountain against these rallies. Because remember, Kenya Kwanza won the presidency because of the support from the Kikuyu nation. Because the Kikuyu nation defied Uhuru Kenyatta. They were promised a lot of things. Those things are not forthcoming. Raila Odinga's message, especially the call for mass action, is receiving good response, especially from the mountain. But now, if they can come up with a propaganda which will go right into the heart of the mountain, then they'll be able to rally the Kikuyus against these rallies. That's exactly what they are hoping for. I don't know whether it's going to succeed, but for now, that's the plan. Thank you guys, and may you have a good day. Bye-bye.